said and done, I do want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed this beta. But over my time playing the beta, I played Giovanna the most. And I actually do really enjoy Gio. I know a lot of people have said they're underwhelmed with her. I understand where you guys are coming from. Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about Guilty Gear Strive's second beta. I want to start by saying that I love how if you critique something it's considered hate nowadays, but that's a story for another day. As a lot of people know, this beta has divided the player base 50-50, including myself. I put the clip in the beginning to show how I felt about the first beta, especially Giovanna. This beta is a step down from that first beta. I want to start by talking about Giovanna primarily because Gio feels a lot more weaker here than she did in the original beta. The main reason for this, in my opinion, is because they took away her universal launcher and the overall slower movement speed that this game has. Gio is more of a pressure type character that's supposed to constantly be on you. And in this beta, they made Gio less able to constantly berate her enemy. And to some people that could be a good thing, but Gio has a lot of openings. The thing with that is because Gio's moveset is already limited. Almost all of Giovanna's specials have somewhat long startup, outside of her corner circle kick, and this isn't supported by most of her attacks having to rely on using the kicks or heavy slash. Her normal medium kick or standing K is somewhat decent, but you're not going to be able to throw that out to hit an opponent while they're on top of you. And then if you do want to hit them with something like a jab, you have to hope that Gio's jab will connect, because her jab isn't extremely long either. And this all starts to hurt Giovanna even more when you have to take in consideration the combo game that she has in this beta compared to the first one is so much worse. Gio can barely go over 3 to 4 hits anymore because of the recovery speed and the lack of air game. Because I didn't like playing Gio in this beta, I decided to switch back to my Rev 2 main, Milia. And compared to Gio, I did a lot better this time with Milia than I did in the first beta as well, which is quite strange. With that being said, I ranked on the 7th floor of the last beta, but this time around I made it to the 9th floor. And with Milia, I feel like she's one of the few characters, her and Ino, that actually can have some kind of air game of some sort, which is quite sad considering that certain characters like Soul still have really good combos, but have to try a million times harder to beat certain characters like Nagori or Ino because of their ability to basically consume an entire half of the screen. Ino is one of the few characters in this beta that feels like she was a part of the last beta. Angie was okay, but I feel like a lot of the characters feel a lot more grounded, and for some characters like Leo, that's a benefit. But characters like Potemkin and Gio have to work a million times harder just to get in. I wish ArcSys would stop trying to make a game that's already more limited than the past game even more limited, but that's just personally how I feel about the gameplay. With that being said, I do want to talk about my positives about the beta. Yes, I do have positives to some of you that might be surprising, but I actually do genuinely want to respect the netcode that this beta did give us. It is a lot better, but I did experience a lot more lag spikes. Thankfully, the lag spikes only happened here and there. They weren't insanely consistent or anything like that, and I'm so thankful for that. Along with that, the servers seem like they finally did get fixed. I didn't get kicked out of the beta not one time until literally the last match I had in the beta, which I included as the last clip in this video. I want to start by talking about how much I love the parks. The parks are still my favorite mode in both betas, easily, primarily because we can continuously rematch the same opponents. Without having to worry about a person getting ranked up or down, you're just able to sit in a park and chill with one person for however long you guys continue to keep fighting each other. Although the parks didn't work for me personally until Sunday, which was probably due to the fact that this beta was packed compared to the first beta. And I'm really happy that so many people did decide to try out the game this time around. And maybe a lot of people did try to play the last beta, but server issues stopped a lot of people from even trying. Now, with that being said, I do want to also talk about Ranked. I think Ranked is a really solid mode. I've seen some people say they are not really a fan of the floors, and I see where you guys are coming from. But I actually really like the floors. The only thing I don't like about ranked is the fact that they feel the need to cancel a match regardless if you've already rematched 3 times or not. It'll kick them out and give you the little screen that a person has been demoted or you've been promoted, and it'll completely just stop all action. If a person is fighting somebody that's already a higher level than them, why should they care if that person gets demoted or promoted? It doesn't really change anything because they'll still be playing on the same level they already were playing on. Now, on that note, I also want to talk about the rematch system only allowing for 3 rematches. A lot of people have been saying, well, it allows you to boost. You could still boost in the beta pretty much. Only thing you have to do is just keep rematching the person by going up to their avatar. I had that happen multiple times in the beta and it really didn't bother me. Even if you do boost in this game, nobody's gonna really care. This is something that's very common in fighting games, really, is a lot of people will quote-unquote cheat their way to the top and have unbelievable stats by boosting. At the end of the day, they'll easily be proven wrong if they do fight somebody on that same tier. It's nothing that I think Arxis should really care about. I feel like you should at least be able to rematch a certain amount of times, more than 3 in ranked mode. But on that note, I do really think that the game still has promise. I'm just not really a fan of the changes they made this time around.
Pretty careless, sorry. Repose. Please don't move.
Guilty Gear Strive.
Ordinary ways at a door, don't